I think we had a decent power play, which sort of kept the rate just under 10s in the chase. And when you're doing that, all you need is one boundary and over. So Tamim and I were always talking about just one boundary. That was pretty much it. As soon as you get a boundary, don't be silly. You can get 5 singles and you still get 9 off the over, which keeps us in touch. Also, the fact that we try to have the lefties bat as long as possible because they're 2 left arm spinners, so we try to keep them out of the game. And then when I got out, it actually allowed them to bowl their 2 spinners, which from a tactical point of view is a bit silly for myself, but that's that's the game, and you live and learn.
Abhi.
So the way you got out was an easy 6. You got out. You saw a bit frustrated. Why were you eyeing on 300?
I wasn't trying to hit that for 6 actually. I was trying to hit it over extra cover for 4, and I just hit it too well and opened my face a bit. Maybe bowled it a little bit slower, which made it go a bit squarer. So a little bit annoyed with myself because I didn't want to get out there mushy, just hit a 6. And as I said, they're 2 left arm spinners, so the longer I batted, the less they bowled. So from a tactical point of view, that was annoying from myself, because if I'd batted for 2 more overs, the left arm spinners would have to bowl deeper in the game, which would have been easier for us.
Jamal.
Happy to bat at number 3, or do you prefer the opening more?
In general, I prefer the opening role. That's what I've always done my whole career, but when you're an overseas player, you fit into what the dynamics of the team are, and if the team needs you to bat 3, you bat 3. If they need you to open, you open. If they need you to bat 4, you bat 4. But as I say to every team I ever play for, if you want to get the best out of me, I'm probably best opening the batting, but I'm happy to do whatever role the team requires.
Earlier in the tournament, you said that it is frustrating for you to sit down and not playing regularly. Now you're playing and performing. Do you think that staying with the team from the beginning is helping you now?
Yeah, obviously, when you play, and just to clarify that, frustrating in the sense, not necessarily in the sense of not playing here, but in the sense that you choose the BPL over other leagues when you have offers on the table. When you say no to other leagues, you want to come and play in a league. So it's nothing to do with our team in general. It's just from that point of view. But yeah, look, I think if you come here and you're in the right headspace and you want to perform, and you apply yourself here, you've got ample opportunity to train, and you've got some good facilities to train, and a lot of guys helping you out. So if you can get in the right mindset and headspace, it allows you to when you do get your opportunity to perform.
Shahad.
After the mountless run out, we saw Kurtampur holding on for quite a second, and then Iqbal also had quite a chat with Kurtampur. What was the incident there? What was happening?
I have no idea. I actually didn't even know there was.
You were the play today. How did you assess his bowling, and also your at the death overs? How did you see the over?
Yeah, he looked really good for someone who's come back from a really big injury. It's encouraging for him and for Bangladesh cricket to see him running in and bowling good pace and having good control over what he wants to do. A little bit what saying to that, it's quite hard if you don't start the tournament and then you have to come in a big game and on a good wicket. And I thought, especially that last over, he applied himself really well. It's never easy to come in cold when you've been out for a long time with an injury. And I think the death bowling was fine. I think we dropped a few catches. If we'd held on to our catches, we might have been able to restrict them to 170. I thought they played exceptionally well in their first 10 overs. They came out with a lot of intent, and I guess so far in the tournament, apart from maybe one game in Sylhet and maybe one game early, we haven't really been tested too much with the ball. So today was a great, actually really good for us as a team that we got challenged, and we had to probably think about it a bit, and I think that'll be better for us in the long run for the tournament.
Sami.
David, on a different note, yesterday a few foreign players of another franchise refused to take part in the play because there was a payment dispute. So being a foreign player, how do you see these sort of things hampering the image of this tournament? And then you just stated when there are few offers in the table to choose from different tournaments happening around the world. So do you think BPL is getting a more uncertain call for players because there are such kind of incidents are happening very often?
Look, I think it's a tough one. I can only comment on the team that I'm with, and the team I'm with are fantastic. I'm not involved in the discussions in other teams. I think, in general, no matter what tournament you play in, you want the basics to be done well, and that's all you ask for. It's our job to play cricket, and it's someone else's job to pay us, and that's why ultimately you have these leagues, and hopefully moving forward in the future these incidents don't happen, because they're very controllable. If you've got the money, you pay, and if you haven't got the money, you don't have a team. It's as simple as that. That's how it should be. So, but yeah, look, as I said, I'm not involved in those conversations. I'm part of this team, and this team have been fantastic with us. And with us at our overseas, we have had no issues. So, or so far, we've had no issues, and hopefully no more issues moving forward. But yeah, it is something that can be fixed quite easily if you really want to do it.
Last question.
How are you enjoying Tamim's captaincy?
Yeah, he's good. He's brilliant. I've played a lot of cricket against him, and never really with him. He actually asked me when he walked on the field today, and he's done a few chats. Doesn't really say a lot, and he turned around to me and he said, "Do you like my chats? Do you like what I say?" And I was like, actually, as a captain, we have no meetings, which is great. There's no team official things, and when you speak, you actually speak sense. It's short, sharp, and it's quite precise to the point, and it's a breath of fresh air, because a lot of captains speak for the sake of it, and a lot of teams do a lot of things for the sake of it. So, when you've got an experienced bunch of players, it's just about managing them and making sure they're ready for the game, and he does that fantastically well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's a fair comment. It's very frustrating. We've had a number of really close finishes, and I guess in T20 cricket, you've got to win the key moments, and I think we haven't won some key moments that we look back on, and we could have virtually won every game that we've played. So, yeah, that is frustrating, but ultimately we're still in the tournament. We win our last 2 games, and we give ourselves a chance for the playoffs.
There is lots of payment issue discussing in BPL. Did you get the money?
Yeah, so far I'm on track as per my agreement. So yeah, it's obviously disappointing to hear some issues going on in other franchises, but ultimately, from our franchise's perspective, everything is up to date.
Do you think where you are actually missing out? What do you think actually where team is missing out?
I think our fielding is a big one, where we've sort of missed some chances at key times. I look back at the games we've won, and our fielding's been top draw. So I think today we batted really well. I felt like that was an over par score on that wicket. The ball was spinning. It was gripping for the seam bowlers when they were rolling their fingers and things. So yeah, I felt like we had a good score on the board. Perhaps we didn't quite execute as well as we would have liked with the ball, and some sort of costly errors in the field. You look back on and you think, in a game decided by 4 or 5 balls, that's probably the difference.
Also, another thing is that just adding his questions. Do you think that image-wise, BPL is getting bad day by day for all these foreign players' payment issues, because it goes into the world?
Sorry, could you please repeat the question?
Yesterday there was a news that foreign players did not take part in the game because of payment issues. You are lucky enough that you have got the money, but this kind of things actually put a negative image on the whole BPL.
I guess that's up to opinion, really. I mean, as a player, you have a responsibility to be performing to the best of your ability. Ultimately, that's your responsibility. Preparing well and giving you 100%. And I guess as an owner or as a franchise, you have a responsibility to stick to the contract with your players. So, that's disappointing if that's not happening elsewhere. But yeah, I'm grateful that to date, Kulna has been fantastic.
World Cricket Association has listed BPL as one of the riskiest leagues in terms of this sort of anomalies and involvement of some allegations of match fixing and many other things. They have rated this in the risky leagues. So when you got the call from the franchise, when you decided to come here and to play for this franchise, have you consulted any of the other Aussies who played here previously, like Josh Brown or Alex Ross or someone else, like how the environment of the franchise is here or how the payment system works? Like, have you consulted any other fellow Australian before stepping here?
No, I haven't. That's a pretty short, easy answer.
You won 202 at the first leg, and now you're with 8 points. Do you feel like qualification scenario got a bit hard for you guys? And what sort of things now are going for?
Yeah, to my knowledge, if we win our next 2 games, I think we can sneak into 4th. Correct me if I'm wrong, but our full focus is on winning. If we win 5 games in a row, we're the BPL champions. So that's certainly our focus as a team. And yeah, obviously really disappointed today not to, with a good score on the board, a wicket with some, it had some things in it for particularly the spin bowlers and when the pace was off the ball. So, I felt that was a missed opportunity, and, we probably had some missed opportunities in our games in Sylhet as well. Ultimately that's in the past. All we can take is the learnings from those, and yeah, we come up against Rangpur, who have lost their last couple of games. So, they're obviously a very strong team, but it's a game of T20 cricket. So on any given day, some good performances and and a good team performance, I think, will hold us in good stead.
William, have you been able to bat at your preferred position?
It's a good question. I guess in T20 cricket you have to be adaptable, and you have to play whatever role the team asks you to play. So, that's one aspect I feel of my game, that I am adaptable. I can play in a number of different roles. I obviously started up the top, felt I had some good performances there, and then I've come in the middle and felt like I've been able to play a role in the middle order. So yeah, I'm happy doing whatever the coach asks me to do, and strive to do that to the best of my ability.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone.